going to be previewing an alert day late Wednesday into Thursday for this, a powerful cold front that will bring gusty winds, plunging temperatures, and yes, snow chances back to the area. We'll highlight all the details of what to expect coming up in just a few moments.
But it's a neighborhood. I can't stress that enough, that this is a neighborhood and it's not a business location.
And a new development is coming to Northwest Ohio, but not everyone is on board. The concern and what the company planning to move in has to say. Plus, the Glass City is looking to go green. What city council members say is causing the city to waste $500,000 every year. Thanks for joining us on WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Kaylee Marin-Tett. Let's get to your top stories of the night. We start with an update to a story trending online. A downtown Toledo staple is back open. The spaghetti warehouse shut down temporarily because of a tax issue, as we reported yesterday. Now the owner tells WTOL 11 that has been resolved and the restaurant is back in business. A Bryan pastor facing criminal charges for housing homeless members of the community in his church was back in court today. Chris Avell is the pastor at Dad's Place in Bryan. He's been going back and forth with the city for more than a year now. In court today, Avell pleaded not guilty to multiple fire code and zoning charges. The city says his church is not zoned to serve as a homeless shelter. Avell says he's providing a service needed in the community.
He sat in the same seat where you would have thieves and shoplifters and traffic violations and worse crimes than even that. Here is a pastor fully entitled to the privileges of the First Amendment, finding himself on trial for criminal charges for caring for the people of his community.
Both sides presented their arguments in court today before a municipal court judge. No word on when a decision will be made. Our WTOL 11 weather team told you first, snow and cold and bitter winds highlight an alert day ahead for us this week. Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers is tracking what we can expect. Chris?
Yeah, Kaylee, it already feels like we've seen some cold and some snow and some wind, and we're going to get a whole lot more with an Alberta clipper that's going to come into the area. This is going to be late Wednesday into Wednesday night through Thursday, and we do have an alert day out there for three things in particular. Number one, a quick snow burst that's going to occur Wednesday evening. That could be between about 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. That may briefly reduce visibility and give some areas up to an inch of an accumulation fairly quickly. Winds then, that is the second thing that will happen, gusting to 45 miles per hour. And the third thing, this one's a near certainty. In fact, we are telling you it's going to happen. We're going to be close to zero with that wind chill as we get into Thursday morning. So highlight that first and foremost because everyone's going to be feeling it. What it's going to feel like from late Wednesday to Thursday, that's a look at that hour by hour feels like as we get to Thursday morning. We're looking at single digits above or below zero first thing Thursday morning. It is going to be downright cold. Now, things fairly quiet over the next 12 to 24 hours, although it's going to turn windy as we go through Wednesday afternoon. Winds are going to really be gusting all day Wednesday, even ahead of that system. Temperatures that are tonight falling back into the 20s. We'll still have a cool feel as we get into our 10-day outlook. So the next few days here, let's go talk about tomorrow morning. Cloudy skies, mid to upper 20s. We're going to see highs into the afternoon reaching above freezing, should head toward 38. The winds are going to be whipping all day as we go into your Wednesday. And we'll kick in the snow chance as we go after about 7 to 8 o'clock. That is a better chance of some scattered snow showers into the area. So an Alberta clipper gets its name from its origin, a system coming from Alberta, Canada. It's going to bring a cold front to the area, quick moving one as well. That's going to bring some gusty winds. Here's that front arriving. It's late Wednesday evening. This is right around dinner time. Watch this front come through, kick snow showers into the area. And some of these are some quick moving snow squalls, which means they may reduce visibility, give you a quick hit of about an inch of snow, and could result in some treacherous travel Wednesday night to Thursday morning. Reason why we issued that alert day went Monday evening, giving you that first notice that some inclement weather was headed our way. Windy weather will stick around into Thursday afternoon. So let's talk when. This is happening Wednesday night to Thursday morning. That is going to be the heart of our alert day. Winds they're going to be gusty, 40 to 45 miles per hour, snow and bitter cold. And at this point, heavy coats, hats, gloves. And if you're thinking to travel, allow extra time Wednesday night and into Thursday morning. My concern really would be increasing for slippery roads as we go after dark Wednesday, 11 p.m. Snow showers could give you a word of caution, and that caution going to be out there. It's going to be through the morning on Thursday with what could be some snowy and slippery travel. So the alert section begins late Wednesday, continues into Thursday. Both days are going to be windy, but the wind will have much more of a bite on Thursday with wind chills close to 0 by Thursday morning. 31 the high is getting to Friday, 37 on Saturday. We moderate into the weekend, but it is going to be a windy end of the weekend. Near 50 on Sunday, low 50s. We do see a bit of a December thaw into early next week, Monday and Tuesday, and that will come with some additional rain chances that could mix in with a few wet snowflakes toward Tuesday evening. That's a look at your 10-day forecast. Kaylee, back over to you.
A suspected killer is now sitting behind bars in the Lucas County Jail a little more than a month after police believe he killed a woman. Police say 32-year-old DeAndre Ballard shot and killed Alicia Mraz in East Toledo in October. He was arrested yesterday at a family member's home. He pleaded not guilty this morning and is being held on a $1 million bond. Toledo City Council will discuss a plan to transition some of its vehicles to more green options. According to council's agenda, the plan would be for the city to look at its fleet of vehicles and start looking at replacing some of its older, less efficient vehicles with newer options. The proposal also seeks a plan to address idling vehicles. According to documents in the proposal, the city wastes more than $500,000 every year worth of fuel by vehicles idling. City Council meets tomorrow at 4 o'clock at the One Government Center. Well, you may have gotten a letter in your mail regarding lead water service line replacements. These letters are being sent out after the EPA is making all municipalities identify homes and businesses that may have lead water service lines. Not everyone got these letters, though. The city of Perrysburg's director of public utilities says letters were sent to buildings built before 1989. Some of the city already has records for these buildings. The majority of the letters from the city of Perrysburg sent say lead status unknown, but this is not a reason to worry.
If we had no record of what that material was, those residents in Perrysburg received a letter stating that it's unknown. Not that there was any danger, just that we don't have a record, and we're going to start a process of trying to identify what that material is.
Each municipality had to identify homes and businesses that may be impacted and notify them by November. They now have until October of 2027 to identify all unknown lead service lines and figure out a way to replace them. After decades of service, Sylvania Mayor Craig Stow is retiring. He made the announcement officially at a council meeting last night.
I have been one of the luckiest people on earth to have served in Sylvania. It has been the honor and privilege of my life to serve 10 years on Sylvania City Council and 29 years as Sylvania's mayor.
Stow was sworn in as mayor in 1996. He was first elected to City Council in 1986. The city of Toledo is considering a brand new Sheetz on Bernathen Airport Highway. City Council is set to vote next week, but some neighbors told our Silver Barker they're concerned about what the development will bring along with it.
For Teresa Jackson, a South Toledo resident, preventing a Sheetz from being put in this plaza would mean saving what she loves about her home across the street.
Every room in my house will be lit up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from the gas station lights. It will never be nighttime in my home. There'll be constant traffic.
She says one of the biggest worries is increased traffic as there is no outlet on the other end of her street.
People will be coming down the road because they think they can get in and out in a different direction, and they'll wind up turning around in my driveway.
But she's not the only one making an effort to voice her concerns. She says she and a couple of other residents started a petition to raise awareness in which more than 300 people have signed. Among those is Richard Notter, who's lived here for 27 years. He says another concern is the fact that the Sheetz would be open 24/7.
We're right next to a high school, and certainly the young people will start hanging out there. The city has given them permission to be open 24 hours a day if they approve them having it here. and that's not going to be a good situation.
Sheetz attorney Jerry Parker says the company has already made changes to accommodate some of the residents' previous concerns, such as dropping a drive-through, moving the gas pumps towards Airport Highway, and installing a median to reduce traffic.
Or this proposal is going to require Sheetz to spend almost $500,000 to put a median in on Airport Highway, so you can't make a left turn across the street left. And you can't make a left turn into the site unless you use the light.
That was Silver Barker reporting. Neighbors say they do plan to attend next Tuesday's City Council meeting to voice their concerns. A big donation will be helping out football players for years to come in the Whiteford School District. The athletic department got a donation from Toledo Building Services. The money will be used to buy enough Guardian caps so each Whiteford football player will be able to wear one during practice starting next year. The Guardian caps are specially designed to limit damage to the head and brain during hard hits. The holiday season is here, and that means scammers are out in full force. Brandon Lewis from our National Verified team tracks how to avoid becoming a victim to some common crimes this time of year.
Scammers are up to their old tricks with some updated tactics for the holidays to separate you from your money and personal information. So we're going to show you how to spot some of the most common scams using these sources. First up, you'll want to use caution when doing your shopping online. Scammers sometimes set up fake sites that look like real businesses to steal your information or convince you to download malicious software. Here's an example of a scam shopping website that we created. It may even imitate a brand you recognize. How can you know it's a scam? First, check the URL and make sure it's spelled correctly. Then, make sure you end up on a secured website, which is indicated by a lock icon to the left of the URL. Next, be suspicious of unusually low prices. Scammers hope you'll ignore any concerns you have about the site to save a few bucks. And finally, be careful if the site requires you to unexpectedly download software or asks for too much personal information, like your social security number. Scammers also know we're doing a lot of online holiday shopping, so watch out for fake shipment notifications. These are usually phishing emails or texts with links that may allow someone to access your personal information or ask you for money to release a shipment that really doesn't exist. Here's one example that was sent to us by a verified viewer where a scammer claims their package can't be shipped because of a mistake in their zip code. It asks for some personal information and later a redelivery fee. So how do we know this is a scam? First, the link in the text message does not go to USPS's official website, which is a big red flag. Next, the Postal Inspection Service says if you never signed up for a USPS tracking request for a specific package, then don't click the link. Carriers leave an official notice in your mailbox when they can't deliver a package. The USPS also doesn't charge a fee for redeliveries. If you're not sure if a tracking message is real, try taking the tracking number provided and doing a search for it on the Postal Service's or other carriers' website. Finally, if you're ever unsure about a suspicious message, contact the retailer directly using a trusted method like their official phone number, email address, or chat feature, and not using the information in the email or text. You can also report scam messages to your state's Consumer Protection Office or the Federal Trade Commission. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Well, if you want to see more from our verified team, plus viral trends and 60-second stories, check out our WTOL 11 social media pages on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. WTOL 11's Gift of Joy Toy Drive is back this holiday season. We're once again teaming up with Lucas County Children's Services to help deliver gifts to kids in foster care. This year, La Fiesta is getting involved too. The restaurant is hosting a fundraiser at both locations, first tomorrow in Maumee, then next Wednesday in Sylvania. Just mention the toy drive and part of your bill will go to one of the biggest donors